Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. I mentioned at the end of the show yesterday that today's show would also be about food. FredCo Eats is coming up January 26th through February 1st. So Wendy May, marketing manager for Frederick County Economic Development Authority, and I are sitting at Paladin, the OG Paladin in Stephens City. Dan Myers, the owner and chief bottle washer, is here with us as well. Wendy, I'm excited. I look forward to this week every single year.
Yes, I can't believe it's the 5th year of Restaurant Week. It's hard to believe it's gone so quickly. We're up to 26 participants for 2026, a lot of new ones, and then we have some of the, as you said, original gangsters that have been here all 5 years that are participating again this year. So we're excited. It'll be January 26th through February 1st.
Do a rundown for me first of all of the restaurants that are participating, and then we'll talk a little bit about some of the new ones and some of the ones that have been around for the full tenure.
So we have a few different ways that restaurants can participate because we have so many different types of eateries that are in the county. We want restaurants to be able to participate in a way that's meaningful for them. So we have the multi-course menu option, meal deals, or a promotional discount. And in the multi-course menu section, we have Carrabba's Italian Grill, Clem's Kitchen, Curry Cuisine, P2 at Woolen Mill, and then Paladin, where we are today, Sal Gino's, and Vault and Cellar. With meal deals, we have Blue Ridge Baking Company, Daily Buzz Cafe, and they'll be participating with both their Middletown and Stephens City locations. Donut Dive, the donut food truck, will be out at Weber's Nursery. I know, that's a popular one. And also Franklin's Smokin Barnyard will also be operating out of Weber's Nursery parking lot during Restaurant Week. We also have Jordan Springs Market, another OG for Restaurant Week. And Laurel Cafe is participating this year. They're in Laurel Ridge Community College's Student Union Building. We have Mi Ranchito in Stephens City, Paco's Market and Paco's Mexi Mart, Pandien's Jamaican Cuisine in Middletown, Poblano's, Schaefer's Barbecue and Market, both Shawnee Springs Market locations, West Oaks Farm Market, and then in the percent off category, we have Bam Bam's Barbecue Food Truck, Italian Touch, and Touch of Italy. So 26 total.
Can I just tell you how excited I am that so many of them are in Middletown? They're on my end of Frederick County.
Yeah, there's a big concentration up that way.
Middletown's blowing up.
It is. You want to do another location there? I'll help you find a spot within walking distance of my house. That would be amazing.
Sure, let's do it.
And this is really cool because it is 5 years. Mm-hmm. And you do have a fair amount of these that have been with you since the beginning.
Yep, we have 8 eateries that have participated all 5 years, both Paladin locations, Vault and Cellar in Middletown, Daily Buzz, Jordan Springs Market has been there all 5 years, Paco's Market, which I just love that because he started as a food truck.
Right, I remember the first year he was a food truck, and then the next year when we did the show, you're like, he's not just a food truck anymore, he now has a brick and mortar.
Yep, he was Paco's Tacos, and then he opened Paco's Market, and then a couple years later, he had Paco's Mexi Mart in Stephens City. So it's really great to see the growth over the years from restaurants as they all open multiple locations. We also have Schaefer's Barbecue has been there all 5 years, and Bam Bam's Barbecue. And I knew Bam Bam's would be there because I've known Andy since middle school. We used to ride the school bus together and play football.
He doesn't have a choice. No. He just automatically goes on the list.
He was doing it.
And there are a few new ones. Blue Ridge Baking Company and Laurel Cafe. Those are new and kind of connected.
Yep, we're doing the Passport again this year where you can collect stamps when you eat at a participating restaurant. So that'll be a good 2-for-1 because they're both in the same location. Clem's Kitchen is also new this year. I'm really excited to try that out.
Me too.
I think everybody is.
Yeah.
And then Mi Ranchito, too. They are located in Stephens City. Their original location is on Loudon Street in Winchester. And then this is their second location that they opened.
They're in the old High Point restaurant place.
Yep, right
I think it was a diner in between, but I always remember it as High Point.
Yep, I grew up right down the street, and so it was there for a very long time.
And it's so great that there's such a variety here. So you can't sit at home and say, yeah, but there's nothing there that I like or that I would want to have, because you've got the menus that run the gamut for anybody's taste.
Yep, and just the way that they participate in different ways. Some of them will be offering new menu items. Like Restaurant Week's always a great time to try out something new to see how it's received. And then even like a place like Bam Bam's Barbecue's doing a percentage off, they always have new menu items. So they're doing both, but they're in one category. They did their pierogies last year that I know are very popular. I'm not sure if they're bringing those back or not. I haven't seen. I'll have to follow their Facebook page to see what's up there.
It's such a good excuse for people that need an excuse to try someplace. And particularly with some of these food truck places. We'll drive by them and think, oh man, one of these days I got to stop there and get a barbecue sandwich or get something. And then we drive on and we don't think about it until the next time we drive by. This is a great way to make that conscious decision. Hey, I'm definitely going to do that this week because they're part of this thing and I could win something in the end.
Exactly, that's right. And we will have prizes again as you collect stamps. If you collect 3 or more, you can drop off your passport to the visitor center and we'll be doing drawings for prize packs. Every stamp you get beyond 3 is an additional entry. So the more you eat, the better your chances of winning. It's funny with all the different restaurants. The first year that we launched this, we had 15, and I ate at all 15.
I remember.
My visa was not happy, but I did eat at all 15. I cannot do 26. So I'm starting early, and I just won't get the special, but I'll
You're
start
doing
early,
preview.
And then I'll move into February and just keep it rolling.
So, Dan, you've been a part of this since the beginning. When Wendy reached out to you and said, hey, I'm putting this thing together, did you think, are you crazy? Or did you immediately say, I'm in?
I knew it was going to be a lot, but I was definitely in. I didn't know Wendy before that, and we clicked, and it's a lot of work, and who knew what was going to happen, but look what did happen.
Yeah, it has completely and totally taken off. And you've been here at this Stephens City location for a lot of years now.
February 12th will be our 8th birthday, which is hard to believe. And it's hard to believe that 5 years we've been doing this. I mean, time is just flying.
After you opened this one, then you opened P2 in Clearbrook, right?
Yes. And that's going on 6 years now, I think.
That seems like a bit of a mental health crisis to me, opening a second restaurant.
And then I go and open a third one.
And then, yes.
They're all fun. I mean, that one was a surprise. Clearbrook is just a really cool area, and that building's so cool. It's just a lot of fun down there.
What kinds of things are you going to have on your menu?
We're working on all kinds of stuff. I know there's going to be some meatballs that I'm excited about.
Oh.
And Trey has a cast iron cornbread that is amazing. We've been trying to do
local take.
Everything local this year. So Levi at West Oaks is helping us with the beef.
Spring Valley greens.
Yes, Spring Valley, because
there.
their salads, I think, are incredible.
Oh, they have microgreens.
Well, they have just a regular garden salad that you can go out there and buy.
Oh.
I stop all the time. So we're going to get the greens from them and the mushrooms from a local person. Jessica Neff, who's my cousin with her farm. Apple Hill Farm. We're going to get their pork. We were just going to try and do local this year and try something a little different since it's the 5th year. And
Well, and people really like that. I really appreciate that when I go somewhere and eat at a locally owned restaurant to know that you're also supporting other local businesses and local farmers in the area. It means more to me when I have a meal. And quite frankly, I'm willing to pay a little bit more for it because I understand that means you're also spreading that well.
It does cost a little more, but it's really good quality. And Robbie D's, his microgreens. He's so much
Love
fun.
me some Robbie D.
Yeah.
He's got a coffee or a matcha or something that he's working on now. He sent me an email, and I haven't had a slot to put him back on the show again, but we're gonna have to do that soon.
I think, did you say farm to fork, or it's farm to fork now, right?
Yeah, she changed it. Paige Cross down in Woodstock. She has that
It was
restaurant.
flour and water, and now it's
Yes.
flour to fork.
That's it. Yep.
Paige is really cool. She does the culinary school where Trey graduated from, our chef. So she checks in from time to time, but she does all of our, we don't really advertise it, but she makes all of our breads for all the restaurants.
Nice.
So all of our hamburger buns, all that stuff is made by Paige, and they deliver it to us.
They do that with a lot of restaurants. There are probably a lot of places people eat that have no idea that's where some of the items come from.
I know, we should be better about advertising some of these things at Paladin, but I get so busy and don't know what day it is.
Right. Are you doing anything different at P2?
Yes, it's gonna be 2 completely different menus down there, but we're still gonna stick with the local theme. I love meatballs. I'm obsessed with meatballs, so I know he's doing some of those down there. And he's gonna do the Scotch egg, which is pretty popular.
Yes.
And then the bruschetta, I thought would be a nice light thing. And the mushroom carbonara, I'm excited about that. And duck. I feel like you don't see a lot of duck on menus these days.
I always go straight to the dessert. I'm looking forward to the lemon tart. There's also a cast iron cherry cobbler. Just want to put that out there.
Oh, yes.
They did it last night here at Stephens City. They did a cast iron chocolate chip cookie with ice cream, and it flew out the door.
Get out.
We could just do a whole other FredCo Eats dessert week.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many options.
Oh,
so many
yes.
directions.
Oh, yeah. You and I are going to talk about that. I am all in for something like that. And it probably makes it so much easier for you when you have restaurant owners like like Dan that not only are say, yes, I'm in, but they actually put some effort into creating a special menu and doing a discount or giving some sort of a deal to people. That's got to make it easier for you to keep doing this year after year.
Absolutely. The thing we hear the most from people is they're excited about new menu items. The other thing that I love is a couple years ago, we started matching up the participants to do cross promotion. And a lot of relationships have been established that way that I see carrying on, where people like restaurant owners have gotten together now and they actually meet and cross promote, not just share a picture or a post. They're going in person, like trying out the menu, talking to the staff, and I think that makes a big difference. Also, we've been doing the biz to biz, kind of like camaraderie in the community, where we get businesses to support Restaurant Week. Realty companies are great. They come out and bring their team, bring lunch back to the office. It's a good way for all of our businesses to support each other during Restaurant Week.
Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about who's participating and what they're doing and get in the weeds on that a little bit. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do all that when we come back. We are recording today at Paladin, the OG Paladin in Stephens City. Dan Myers, their owner, is here with us. Wendy May, of course, joining us as well. She's the marketing manager for the Frederick County Economic Development Authority. That is who puts on FredCo Eats, that is happening on January 26th through February 1st. We'll get more details about that in just a couple of minutes.
This Tuesday, April Davis will change the world. She doesn't know that yet. All she knows is that she went to justserve.org and volunteered an hour of her time. Browsing through dozens of service opportunities in her community, April decided to spend her Tuesday evening serving dinner to mothers and their children at a transitional house. She doesn't know she'll be serving a particular mother and daughter who will be spending their first night in this home. April doesn't know that the hot meal she'll serve is the first this mother and daughter will have had in a week, or that the simple smile she'll offer as she serves them will help them realize that things are going to be all right. Which is why this Tuesday, April Davis will change the world. See the difference you can make. Sign up for service opportunities in your community. Visit justserve.org.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. Today's conversation is all about FredCo Eats Week. It is happening January 26th through February 1st. Wendy May, marketing manager for the Frederick County Economic Development Authority, and I are sitting at Paladin in Stephens City. Dan Myers, their owner, is here with us as well. And Wendy, when I introduced you originally and then just now I said Economic Development Authority, not necessarily something someone would equate with having a restaurant week, but that's exactly what happened, right?
When we launched FredCo Eats 5 years ago, we were coming out of COVID, and that was a time where I think a lot of, at least economic development organizations, were analyzing how they're connected to the community. Do they have all those relationships established? Restaurants was an area that we saw that we needed to improve our relationships. We were also looking to better support agriculture at that time. We've always, as an EDA, been very strong with food manufacturing. So we had established relationships there, and as we thought, you know what, I think that the county's restaurant sector has grown enough that it can support a restaurant week. So we were looking to launch that, create the brand, and we thought, let's take a step back. We have a pretty wide breadth of food businesses here across different sectors.
Oh, yeah.
What if we created an umbrella brand? So FredCo Eats is a brand. It's a messaging tool. The Restaurant Week promotion is really the only event that we operate under that, but it's meant to be kind of a hub and spoke. So we own the brand, but it's powered by everything else that people are doing in the food economy. So things like the Frederick County Homesteaders Farm Crawl. We try to support and elevate efforts that already exist under the one brand. So that's how Restaurant Week originally started, under the FredCo Eats brand, and it's evolved to include the Agriculture Conference. We've had that 2 years in partnership with the Small Business Development Center, and now we're creating a standalone website that'll be FredCoEats.com that will be a central hub for starting, scaling, expanding a food or beverage business.
And I love that you're going to have that standalone place now for people to go to. You mentioned earlier, Dan, Robbie D's. There's a perfect example of somebody who started literally in their backyard. Yeah. There are a lot of people across Frederick County that probably have a product or they're growing something and they want to grow to scale. They might not be there yet, but they don't even know where to start. So this is going to be a great resource for them.
Yeah, the idea is that every business starts as with an idea. It always starts somewhere. And businesses that are large started small at one time. So this will be something as simple as if you're like a homesteader and you're looking to start a business, to grow it, to just sharing with your neighbors or family, to actually being a licensed business. You'll be able to go there and see the exact process. It'll have contacts for the county. We're going to have financing resources like at the state, federal level, connections to the Extension Office, the Small Business Development Center, Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, any of those entities that support agriculture, food and beverage manufacturing, restaurants. We want to have that connection in one central hub where people can go and feel connected.
It probably will come in handy for you too, Dan, at some point when we were talking a minute ago about how much you get locally, like getting
absolutely.
your stuff from flour to fork in Woodstock, and you'll be able now to have access or see who out there is doing
stop
what.
calling Wendy and asking her directly when I need something.
This is the secret reason why it's becoming its own website, is Wendy's
She's
getting
tired of
way
me
too many
calling
phone
me.
calls and text
That is
messages.
not what does happen.
Wendy, I need chicken. Help me out.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that, by the way. If anybody out there has a connection. I'm really excited. The website is, we've been working with all the partners. They're all looking at what resources they can provide on the site. So I feel like it'll be the best of everything in one central place. It'll be FredCoEats.com. We're building that out now, and I'm hoping sometime in March that'll be live.
Wonderful. And this is a great way, having Restaurant Week is a great way to introduce it to everybody else in the community. Even if that is not something that they're looking at growing or doing, we all need to understand and realize that we have to support the Paladins of the world and the farmers of the world if we want to keep them around. We can't sit around and say, hey, I wish there was more farmland, or I wish we had more locally owned restaurants, and then not go to them when they're here. So we bear a responsibility for that too. And I love that Restaurant Week gives us that opportunity.
Yeah, the more that we support local, I mean, that's the uniqueness of each community. And I think that each community can create a brand based on whatever their assets are. Like in the county, we are just fortunate to have so many strong sectors within food that are growing. I didn't even mention before, but like our wineries, cideries, meaderies, all those different things. And as they become more connected, that's the other thing I've seen over the last 5 years, is when we first started out, it was not everybody knew each other. More and more momentum is occurring and more collaboration, and that's, I think, where the strength comes that will keep it moving forward. The idea is to have just a messaging umbrella that kind of elevates everybody and what they're already doing.
A good example of that, I think, and he is still on my list to get on a show as well, is Texas Trace. Here's a guy who started very small and was making these chips, and now he's got a literal manufacturing plant and is doing really, really good stuff.
We're going to get him on here, definitely. I was so excited. He's been in the area when he was a food truck. I used to order his stuff wholesale to my house. I think he was personally delivering it out of his pickup
He personally
truck.
delivered nachos here to us in the beginning that we used here in the restaurant for a long time.
Yeah, and that's the passion behind an entrepreneur and what creates a successful business, and you just never know. He kept at it, and an investor comes in, and it's the match, and now here he is manufacturing, and he's going crazy with Wegmans. He's getting in farther and farther. He posted the other day, hey, Richmond, do you want to see me in Richmond Wegmans? Like, the sky's the limit. I hope that he just keeps growing. He will definitely
He's
have
doing a great job.
he will have my support.
I love the chips.
I eat a lot.
He already has my highly
Eat a lot.
recommended. Yes, they are the best.
And you can get those, you can buy them locally.
Right.
Yeah, like at the shop. It's over near the airport, off Airport Road. That's where they're located, and they have hours. You have to check their Facebook page, but they have hours where you can go into their storefront and pick up here locally.
On the show a couple of weeks ago, Carl Knobloch from the Small Business Administration drove in from Richmond, and we went to Route 11 Chips and talked to Sarah. And we decided after we got done our conversation with Sarah that we were going to make our whole year food themed. Yeah. So either him or the woman that has opened the commissary. Christina from Sexy Mexi. We're gonna, so I've got a ton. So I'm gonna be like, Dan, I'm gonna be calling you and say, okay, Wendy, what food place can Carl and I go to next month? So brace yourself.
I am here for you.
Paladin, of course.
Yes. So what kinds of things can people find? Restaurant Week aside, I come in on a random Wednesday evening for dinner. What am I gonna find?
You're always going to have good steaks. I personally think we have the best chicken wings. The Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, which the company that we used to get them from went out of business during COVID. We were like, well, we need them. And we figured out how to make them. So we now have somebody that is rolling those things, and we can barely keep up. They're our top seller at all the restaurants. But again, we make the filling, we roll, they're back there with the egg wash, we roll them. They're really popular.
You had me at egg roll. We talked about Clem's Kitchen earlier. Billy and Amanda have a brat egg roll that is the bomb, and it rotates in and out on their menu, except that I have good authority that there is a bag in the freezer that has my name on it. So when we go for dinner, if they're not on the menu, I can say, yeah, but I have some
Wendy
back
and I
there.
will eat
So
there and we'll ask
go
for
make
it.
them. Yeah. Don't be going in there and saying Janet said it was okay, because Janet absolutely did not say it was okay to share. But that's great that you have the ability to be able to make something good out of something that could have been pretty detrimental.
Yeah, I like simple foods, and we don't like to be really fancy here, and it's just fun. You're always going to get a nice meal when you come, in my opinion.
Is the menu the same or different at P2?
Peaches, there's a few little tweaks here and there. I've tried to brand the restaurants so if you walk in, like the egg rolls are everywhere. People would riot out front if they weren't on the menu. We took deviled eggs off. They're back because I was tired of getting yelled at for not having the deviled eggs. There's similarities, but there's a few things. Some of the salads are different here and there. And then our features. I like our feature program. The chefs at each kitchen every day create the lunch and dinner features.
Oh.
And that's what we put on Facebook. When they're really popular, they sometimes end up as a
regular menu item.
Yeah.
And that was what you had hoped originally when you created the whole concept of FredCo Eats Restaurant Week, was these restaurants are going to be able to use that as a testing mechanism to see if something could last on the menu on a regular basis.
Yep, great example is Sal Gino. They're under new ownership, and they're trying out some new menu items, some salmon and different dishes that you'll be able to see on the menu guide. And I did want to mention too, the full menu guide is at FredCoEats.com. It has every menu, how people are participating, the days, hours, so you can plan your restaurant week itinerary.
And you can start anywhere so that people understand how it works. It's not like I have to start at one place and go around. I know you did that first year. You started and worked your way through all 15 of them. But I can go somewhere for lunch one day. I can go somewhere for breakfast another. I can go to 2 places for something some other day. You can go in any order and do as many or as little as you want.
Yeah, and every restaurant is participating during the week, usually during their normal hours. And so some might not be open on Monday or Tuesday, but some will be. So you can look at the days and hours in here and create your schedule. And if you're doing the passport, 3 stamps to enter. You have to go to at least 3, any 3 that you want. And then every stamp extra is an extra entry.
And I can get that passport at FredCoEats.com and print it myself and fold it up, stick it in my purse, and good to go.
Yep, and if for some reason you forget to get a stamp, you can always do a picture or an attachment of your receipt and submit that as well. And you'll drop those off at the tourism center, or you can mail them. And there's a mail by date. All the details will be on the passport. You can download it and print it from FredCoEats.com. We'll have extra but limited copies within the restaurants themselves, and you can also pick up a copy at the Winchester Frederick County Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Right? That's always a mouthful.
Also known as the Winchester Visitors Center.
Yes, this is why I call Justin my tourism dude, because it's so much easier than going through the whole thing. And when you talk about taking a picture of your receipt, you also want people to take pictures of the food, of the experience they're having, the friends that they're enjoying that meal with, and post them on social media as well.
Yep, definitely tag FredCo Eats. We'll be doing shout outs and sharing ones that we're tagged in throughout the week. We're also encouraging other businesses to host a lunch, get takeout for your team, snap a picture, share that with our FredCo Eats page or even our EDA page, and we'll be doing business shout outs, biz supporting biz throughout the week and even after. A lot of this is building momentum throughout the whole first quarter. So we talk a lot about Restaurant Week and the eateries the week leading up to it, and even afterwards, we'll be talking about what happened during the week, what's coming up for restaurants moving into the spring. And then as we launch the FredCo Eats Hub, we'll be having more and more regular content outside of, it's primarily heavy on Restaurant Week right now, but the goal is to have more consistent content about local businesses across the food economy throughout the year.
And you already have the passport solidified. Who's participating? What 26 restaurants are participating this year? But I remember we talked about this last year. If somebody is listening and for the first time ever are hearing that you even do this, they should still reach out to you now to get on the list for the 6th anniversary of.
Yeah, absolutely. We usually open registration towards the end of the year, but honestly, we can register anytime, and we know this event is happening. It always begins the last Monday of January every year. It's pretty much how we've structured it. So you'll be able to figure out the date for that even for next year. Carrabba's is a great example. They reached out last year, and everything had already gone to print. It was just too close. And I was like, give me your information. And I went back to her this year, and she's like, I'm in. Like, I had the registration in like 5 minutes. It was fantastic. That's what we want, is to see the momentum and to people to know what to expect.
And having this, Dan, the last week in January is incredibly beneficial because I know I don't like to leave the house when it's cold and it's dark outside. So this is really helpful for you as a local restaurant owner.
It's amazing. We look forward to it every year, and we are busy, and it's amazing the energy and the people that come in for Restaurant Week that are talking about it. So it's a great week for us. It runs right along with Shark Week, which is another big week for us at Paladin Bar and Grill. We take Shark Week very seriously. But we look forward to it. Our team's looking forward to it. They had talked about what we were going to do months before this even. And then we roll right into Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Oh, that's handy.
And that was the idea, is to schedule it at the end of January when it is a lull, a little midwinter boost. They're coming out of the holiday season. It's not yet Valentine's Day. What can we do at the end of January? Because we looked at a lot of dates. We surveyed, like, when would be the best time of the year to do this. And it's typically when business is a little bit slower.
Right.
It gets a nice little boost.
It also gives you the ability to add something new or to do something a little different because you're not in the middle of the summer rush.
It creates such a competition between the staffs at the two restaurants, which cracks me up because they're like, who won? Who sold the most of this? And then all week, creating the menus, they're like, we're going to beat you. They get into it and like it.
We need to add a FredCo Eats competition.
I was thinking the same thing. Some sort of,
Well, every year we can print out each menu item, so we know.
You have actual numbers and data.
We know which restaurant won. I won't say it on air, but we know. They know. They can figure it out.
That's fantastic. We all need to know, Dan.
Yes.
Yeah, the wheels are turning.
So what are the hours here at Paladin Bar and Grill in Stephens City?
Closed Mondays and Tuesdays, and then we're open for lunch all the way through dinner, and close at 4 on Sundays.
And you are located
181 Warrior Drive in Stephens City, and then Martinsburg Pike in Clearbrook. And there's a big bull right out front. You can't miss either restaurant.
Right, yeah. And if you come to the one in Stephens City, you get to see the progress that's being made on the Publix, which I am also very excited about.
Another part of the food economy.
Texas Trail have his chips in.
I hope so.
It's in no time at all.
Everyone's been talking about their pub sub, so I'm waiting to see.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a chance for another Paladin restaurant, too.
Yes.
Oh, my God. He's going to own 10 of them by the time we're done. And not
I'll go ahead and mark down your registration for 2028.
He's not going to be speaking to either one of us by the time we're done today.
3 of them keeps my hands very full.
So, Wendy, where can people go, get the passport, learn more about who's participating and what they're doing, see a menu? Where's the best first place to start?
FredCoEats.com. It is the hub of everything.
And then you have social media accounts. People can find you on Facebook, Instagram. I'm almost afraid to ask you if you have a TikTok.
We do not. Facebook and Instagram is where we're at right now.
Okay, good.
But feel
TikTok's
free
coming,
to
though.
create content on the other outlets of your choice and share those.
Yes.
We encourage
Yes.
I
If
think you
want
have a
them,
hashtag. The hashtag FredCo Eats,
Yeah,
I
we
think,
do.
pops up now, so that's so
Hashtag
easy.
FredCo Eats RW. We also have for Restaurant Week.
thank you for inviting me to have a conversation about this again this year. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We're excited.
And Dan, thanks for hosting us.
Thank you for coming.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.